Episode: Revelation of the Parchment. On the night of the 5th day, the once brightly lit College of Liberal Arts at Jingpu University was hit by a deliberate power cut, instantly plunging the campus into ink-like darkness.
Something's wrong.
Xiao, Baiha drew her gun and stood guard at Professor Lianzi's office door, bracing for an emergency. In the corridor, several dark figures were closing in on Office 331.
Fire!
Liu Zhifei roared. He flicked on his flashlight, revealing enemies armed with silenced weapons and daggers, a thick aura of lethality radiating from them. Relying on his extraordinary hearing, Lam Fin keenly tracked the enemies. Asterisk. Bang, bang, bang. Asterisk. The cracks of the sniper rifle echoed sharply through the darkness. Xiao Baihe opened fire with her submachine gun, creating a dense web of bullets that forced the approaching enemies back. The skirmish lasted about 10 minutes, until every infiltrator was neutralized. While checking the bodies, Liu Zhifei discovered they wore slanted cross emblems, matching the insignia of the Spirit-Quelling Sect.
The remnants of the sect. ... They haven't been wiped out yet.
After the battle, Liu Zhifei, Xiao Bahe, and Len Feng hurried back into the office. They found Professor Liang sitting in his chair, visibly shaken and speechless. Professor Liang turned on an emergency lamp and pulled a parchment roll from deep within the bookshelf, his expression solemn.
We must decode the secret of this parchment, or many more will die.
Professor Liang spread the parchment on the desk. The script was a mix of ancient religious dialect and a Sanskrit, obscure and difficult to read. Xia Baihe began to study it intently. After an hour of study, Xia Baihe spoke slowly.
This records the ritual process for attaining a state of being neither living nor dead. The ritual requires two prerequisites. First, an extreme yin location where negative energy converges. Second is a microorganism called corpse fungus. This microbe can preserve a body from decay for long periods while stimulating the central nervous system to restore mobility. The combination of the gene keys held by White Sakura and Master Changji is one method of accelerating the evolution of this fungus.
Liu Zhifei suddenly understood.
The enemy is desperate for this parchment, so they can speed up the cultivation of the fungus and mass-produce super soldiers.
Len Feng spoke up abruptly.
Lang Zu's mission years ago was to research the corpse fungus. She vanished after sending one final message, which mentioned an ancient temple on the border of western Tibet.
Professor Liang pointed to a section of the text.
The parchment also mentions a Tubo temple. It's located in the mountains of western Tibet and is the birthplace of the Spirit-Quelling Sect. A vast amount of primordial corpse fungus grows there, and it also houses a complete copy of the words of Gimir.
We must go to Tubo Temple.
Liu Zhifei decided instantly.
This time, we won't just stop the enemy from getting the fungus. We're bringing Lang Zu home.
Liu Zhifei reported the situation to General Guan, who replied,
The enemy has already made their move. I order you to find Tubo Temple, destroy the fungus, and recover the scriptures.
The next day, Liu Zhifei, Xia Baihe, Len Feng, and Professor Liang boarded a military helicopter bound for the mountains of western Tibet. Inside the helicopter, Professor Liang continued to decipher the parchment.
Tubo Temple has an underground palace. The corpse fungus grows in its deepest depths. The entrance is beneath the Buddha statue in the Great Hall, requiring a hidden mechanism to open. The slanted cross symbol in the scriptures is religious dialect, meaning the cycle of life and death.
Lan Feng clenched his fists. His eyes filled with resolve.
Sister, wait for me, dead or alive. I'm coming for you this time.
The helicopter landed at the Geizhou military airport. The four transferred to a modified combat vehicle and headed toward the mountains along the national highway. The Tibetan highway was winding and treacherous steep cliffs on one side and a bottomless abyss on the other. The road was narrow, gravel-strewn, and incredibly dangerous.
There's a high probability of an ambush. Stay alert, everyone.
Liu Zhifei gripped the steering wheel, scanning the surroundings. Lan Feng set up his sniper rifle, ready for anything. As the combat vehicle entered a narrow valley, massive boulders suddenly tumbled down, blocking the path. Dozens of armed men appeared on the slopes on both sides.
It's the Spirit-Quelling Sect. Remnants.
Xiao Baihe shouted, quickly rolling down the window and opening fire with her submachine gun. Lan Feng kicked open the door and took cover behind a roadside boulder, locking onto the gunman. Asterisk, bang, bang, bang. Asterisk, the armed men on the slopes fell one by one, their firepower instantly faltering. Liu Zhifei seized the chance to rev the engine and floored it. The combat vehicle rammed through the boulders and burst out of the valley. Shortly after exiting the valley, a truck packed with armed men appeared on the road, once again blocking their path.
Hold on.
Liu Zhifei yelled, whipping the wheel and pulling the handbrake. The combat vehicle performed a thrilling drift, narrowly avoiding a collision with a troop transport truck. Xia Baihe immediately threw a grenade with a deafening asterisk. Boom! Asterisk. The truck was instantly destroyed. Fighting through the blood and fire, the team drew closer to the heart of the mountains. Suddenly, Professor Liang began to cough violently, his face pale and his breathing labored.
What's wrong?
Liu Zhifei pulled over immediately, asking with concern. Lan Feng noticed a fine needle stuck in the professor's collar, coated with a mysterious green liquid.
It's a neurotoxin. Must have been shot by an insurgent during the firefight.
He quickly pulled a first aid kit from his pack.
I have a military antitoxin here. It'll suppress the poison temporarily, but for a full recovery, we need to find the snow lotus.
We have no choice but to push on.
Liu Zhifei restarted the vehicle.
We must reach Tubo Temple as soon as possible, or the professor won't make it.
As the vehicle entered the deeper mountains, the landscape grew increasingly desolate. Vegetation was sparse, bare rocks were everywhere, and a faint smell of decay hung in the air.
Tubo Temple should be just ahead.
Professor Liang pointed toward an ancient monastery in the distant valley. For safety, they parked the vehicle at the valley entrance and continued on foot. After walking for a while, the four discovered a well-equipped unit ahead, moving rapidly toward the temple.
It's the enemy troops. How did they get here before us?
Xia Baihe's eyes were grave.
What's the plan?
Liu Zhifei surveyed the terrain to devise a plan.
They have us outnumbered. A direct assault is out of the question. Lang Feng, get to high ground and provide sniper cover to draw their fire. By the professor. And I will use the distraction to flank them, enter the temple, and find the underground entrance.
Lan Feng nodded and quickly found a concealed vantage point, setting up his rifle to open fire. Taking advantage of the enemy's diverted attention, Liu Zhifei led Xiao Baihe and Professor Lam quickly to the temple's side door, successfully infiltrating the complex.